So I recall when I was growing up, my older sister telling me about being careful about making my boyfriend or relationship an idol or turning it into my God. And what she said that she had heard about and read about was that you could take any love song and essentially replace the word baby with the word Lord, and it would become a worship song. You know, we think of the song like All of Me by John Legend. You know, all of me is all of you, like all of the stuff of being everything that I am is yours. So there is in our society this idolization of marriage altogether, of being like, okay, well, if I get married, I'm going to be fulfilled, like my life is going to be complete, my heart is going to be complete, like my husband's just going to be perfect. So when we look at the rate of divorce, how common do we see this happening? All of a sudden we're disappointed. My husband doesn't like doing this with me. He doesn't like this. My wife, when we got married, like all of a sudden this happened. And things happen where we're attempting to make our spouse into this person who we want them to be, when really it's God that is the center of everything anyway. Like we're called to love our spouse as Christ loved the church in Ephesians 5. Like we can look at this, but in the paragraph 1642 of the Catechism, it says, Christ is the source of this grace in marriage, and because God is love. Without God, we cannot even show our spouse or our significant other that love that's available within the sacrament of marriage or within the relationship of a boyfriend and a girlfriend who's dating, getting to know each other still. So when marriage takes place, we are actually promising God that we are going to love this person for the rest of our lives. We aren't just promising each other. You know, we look at each other, but we're ultimately promising God that we're going to love this person because it's God that's brought this together. It's the sacrament of marriage. It's the grace that comes forward in that. 1603 in the Catechism says God himself is the author of marriage. So being careful that we're not like looking to our spouse for full fulfillment, looking for, complete edification where we're spending all our time with our spouse and maybe not with God. So in order to get away from that, like start praying together. Find a daily devotional that's a couple's devotional, I mean, there was just that recent story in the news about the mom who forewent the cancer treatment in order to have her child. Like that husband understanding that she's sacrificing her life so that someone else may have life and have it abundantly, being raised in the church, being raised with Christ, but that husband allowing his wife to sacrifice her life and being understanding and loving toward that, and seeing that, okay, our daughter now, born at 24 weeks, is going to be raised without a mother. But the mother, like the daughter can either be raised in a household that's like, oh, well, she could grow up and start feeling like, well, she should have just killed me, like I'm worth nothing. Or since that husband does understand the fullness of who God is and like that lovingness of Jesus, the daughter can be growing up in this environment of, wow, like I am loved to the fullest. My life is valuable. Someone sacrificed their life for me. And all of us have that within Christ, and knowing that he is our ultimate, like he is God. And being careful of making our spouse God, being careful of, making our spouse that idol, the one that we're actually turning to instead of God. So I hope that, even if you weren't aware of this being a thing, that this kind of helps, and just turning to God and praying together and learning more about what it is that it means to love as Christ loves the church, and in turn growing together. So God bless you all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next week Sunday. God bless.